Welcome to our usual hovers. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and today I can play for the game Shadow in the Mirror, where we find our past actions come back to haunt us in the form of our reflection in the mirror. Another day that passes, another day that my life withers away. All I do is assignments, work, study, and repeat. I barely sleep as is. It's unfortunate, really. Great, I'm going to be late to class again, I muttered to myself while dashing through the crowded halls of the university, heading towards my boring ethics class, which is on the other side of the building. Why is this place so far away? As I passed by the stairs in the middle of the building, I heard a young woman's voice. Yeah! When I looked to find out what the sound was, I saw a young lady wearing gothic clothes. She seemed to have fallen off the stairs and is currently looking at the floor in disbelief at her scattered stuff. My things! They have fallen. Like me. I looked at her with mild indifference until our eyes met. She looked fine enough, so I began to turn around towards my class. I was in a hurry after all. So, you are not going to help me? I stopped for a second. Was she talking to me? Probably not. It was most likely with somebody else. I could help her, but there was no time for that now. Sorry. And in my defense, you seem uninjured, so I'm sure you'll be fine. I left the scene of the accident as fast as I could. I felt as if everyone's eyes were on me, but I didn't have time to think or act. All I could do was run. Eventually, I made it to class. Finally! During the lecture, I struggled to keep my eyes open. The professor was going on and on about hypothetical problems and trolleys, or whatnot. I wasn't particularly interested either way. I just wanted to go back to my dorm and try to rest. The lesson finished 2 hours later, and I had somehow avoided dozing off in the middle of it. I made my way out of the building as fast as possible. However, as I went down the stairs to the outside, I was stopped by a vaguely familiar voice behind me. You there! I tried ignoring it and kept walking. Hey, don't ignore me, Ocarine! Huh? That had certainly caught my attention. The person behind me clearly knew who I was, so I turned around and was surprised to see the goth girl from earlier. How do you know my name? The spirits told me. Spirits? That's right. There was a brief pause as the wind blew past us. Okay, you're clearly crazy, so I'm gonna start walking away now. Hold on now. We go to the same ethics class. We do? That's right. Well, I suppose that does make sense. I mean, she did follow us out of the building, right? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Claire, but you don't need to know my last name. I couldn't bring myself to tell her that I didn't care. Now that you know me, I expect an apology from you. What do I have to apologize for? Are you serious? You didn't help me when I fell from the stairs. Okay. I don't need to apologize for that. I mean, it wasn't compulsory for me to help you. Was that a nice thing to do? Sure. Should I have probably done it? Possibly. But it's not required that I do it, and I certainly don't owe you an apology for not doing it. That's not exactly something I have to apologize for. I didn't push you. Plus, I was in a hurry and couldn't stop to help. I see how it is. The woman then glared daggers at me with her uncovered eye, then approached, descending the small stone steps. She placed a hand on my shoulder, and a serious look reflected in that red eye of hers. You should take some time to reflect on your actions. The world beyond doesn't take kindly to souls like yours. Continue on this path, and you will experience pain like no other. I feel like I was just cursed. Your actions are a mirror of your true self. Therefore, heed my warning, young man, for you will not be spared from the other side's judgment. I blinked multiple times at her dramatic speech before turning around, shrugging off her hand. Yeah, okay. I'm leaving now. I'm too tired for this. You'll regret this, Ocarine. Mark my words. I continued walking away, as to not engage any more with the crazy person. What was her deal anyway? There were other people that didn't help when she fell. You see, our biggest problem. We unfortunately made eye contact. We should just look away and avoid, and that solves all the problems. Why am I suddenly the one she singles out? Whatever, I muttered to myself as I continued my walk back to my dorm room. It was nighttime by the time I arrived to what I reluctantly called my home, or as much of a home as the university's dorms could be. I'm home. Me. I don't know why I bother saying that when I know it's just me in this place. I rejected all potential roommates since I wanted my own space. Wait, can you reject roommates for a university's dorm? I mean, I understand it was like off-campus living, but I thought the kind of universities just demanded you room with people. Now I have exactly that. Complete solitude, just how I like it. Well, time to make some dinner, I guess. I should have some ramen left. I went ahead and prepared my last cup of ramen in the microwave. After enjoying a gourmet meal, I decided to wash myself and get ready for bed. I walked to the bathroom as I let out the biggest yawn of the day. Oh damn! Our bathroom is massive! Man, what a day! I glanced up at the mirror, my own weary expression looking back at me. Dark circles were very much visible under each of my eyes. I look like crap. I turned on the tap, allowing the cool water to partly fill the porcelain sink. Then I splashed some of the cold water against my face. While I was reaching for the small hand towel beside the sink, I noticed a flash of something from the corner of my eye. Oh, red eyes! So wait, if red eyes is the symbol of essentially our reverse, does that mean Claire is actually the mirrored image? Like, is normal Claire already in the reverse world? I wonder if this is going to be like the movie Look Away, where it's got the teenage girl that swaps place with her reflection, who turns out to be a complete and utter sociopath. Ah! I let out a yelp and jumped back from the counter. What was that? I didn't readily see anything, just my own frightened expression reflected back from the mirror in front of me, and the sound of the running water. Am I seeing things? I should just get some sleep. After feeling thoroughly embarrassed by my own overreaction, I turned the tap off and dried off my face before turning back to the bedroom. At least I have tomorrow off. I should do groceries. I laid on my bed, ready myself for sleep. I also have a ton of assignments I have to prepare for. Midterms, great. That's a problem for tomorrow's me. I'll just try to get some shut-eye. I got cozy on my bed and closed my eyes to try and sleep. It was hard to get any with people around me making noise and the wind blowing unusually hard tonight. Let me out! I heard a voice in my sleep. It was familiar, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I tried to ignore it, as it was probably just from lack of sleep. The next day I woke up tired. Despite everything, I only got about 2 or 4 solid hours of sleep. Another day living in this place. I got up and went to the bathroom to take a shower. It usually helped me get a small boost of energy to start my day. As the cold water hit my back, I began to think and dread the day ahead of me. There's so much to study for. I finished up my shower and dried up before putting some new clothes on. As I walked past the mirror, however, I thought I saw something. What's that? I walked back and took a look again in the mirror. But that was just my reflection. Right? The eyes looked darker, but maybe it was the lighting. Nope, it's just our reverse mirroring us, right? Huh. Do you reckon he's gonna try and escape soon? I must be imagining things. Yeah, surely. I agree. Wait, what? I looked at the mirror in a panic. but there wasn't anything unusual. It was still following my movements. I must be hearing things. The lack of sleep is killing me. I left the bathroom in a rush to go to the kitchen and make breakfast, but something felt wrong. I felt watched. I felt like somebody was listening in on me. I tried to ignore these thoughts so I could enjoy some breakfast. I mindlessly poured milk and cereal in the right order and washed my dishes afterwards. The right order, you say? So milk, then cereal, right? I feel like I'd get stabbed for saying that. It's the truth, though. I gotta study soon. I looked at the bathroom to brush my teeth, but I hesitated to go in. Come on, Akarine. There's nothing there. I psyched myself up and went over to it, staring worriedly at my own reflection with its dark eyes. I wonder then, so it's not just mirrors, right? I'm pretty sure any of our reflections would be a window to the other realm. So there's no escaping it. Okay, nothing to worry about. I began brushing my teeth and had a strange chill going down my spine as I did so. I couldn't help but feel watched. I mean, yeah, a reflection stares back at you, but this felt oddly different. I spat out after I finished brushing my teeth and looked once more in the mirror. Don't stare too hard. You aren't that pretty. What? I panicked and smacked the glass stand up by the wall, knocking down all the hygiene products on it. Did you just talk? No, of course not. That's impossible. Right? I look closer at my reflection. Its darker eyes are clearly more of a rouge color. I waved my hand to the right, and my reflection followed suit, with a grin on its face, which I certainly didn't have. I then waved my left hand to the left, but my own reflection did not follow. Hello there, other me. This can't be. I must still be dreaming. You wished this was a dream, but I'm more real than you realize. I was left speechless. My own reflection was moving independently. By all logic, this should be impossible. Why don't you get closer so you can see how real I am? The words that he uttered, they were sinister. The me in the mirror had a devilish smile as he suggested that. I don't know what you are planning, but no way am I getting any closer to you. That's too bad. I was hoping this would be easy. Instead, we'll have to do it the hard way, won't we? What do you mean by that? Nothing you need to worry about. Anyway, call me Karoon. It would be confusing if we were both called Akarine after all. I'm not calling you anything other than what you are. You are my reflection. You shouldn't even be speaking. You're crazy. This is crazy. You're quite rude. You know that. Fine. I wasn't planning to call you by your name either. Also, you're the one arguing with me. So if anything, you are the crazy one. I was left speechless. He was right. I was the one talking to a mirror. As I was pondering the situation, the thing calling itself Karoon spoke up. Don't think too hard about it, short stuff. Take a deep breath. Don't tell me what to do. What do you even want? What do I want? An eerie grin spread across his face as the light in my bathroom flickered on and off. I want out. He slammed his hands on the mirror hard enough to shake it. Let me out! I flinched hard and fell backwards onto the bathroom floor, only just missing being able to grab onto a nearby wall. You know, I know letting him out would mean us going inside the mirror and probably being trapped there, but we're clearly miserable as we are currently in the situation of university. So it doesn't seem like a bad deal to let him out. Then he has to deal with uni and I get to just go and sleep, right? No, I'm definitely not letting you go anywhere. You are going to kill me. Oh, I'm not going to kill you. But I would like to make you feel my suffering. The light suddenly stopped flickering. Then my reflection looked down at me. But it's okay. I'll find my way out soon enough. What was I supposed to do? This thing was living in my mirror and was clearly dangerous. Not to mention, it looked like me. Besides our eyes, we were practically identical. It freaked me out. Aww, the little chicken is scared. How cute. I didn't even have a retort. I was just trembling while trying to regain my composure. Come on, let's relax. Say, if someone you love was in danger, would you be willing to kill someone else? What kind of question is that? It's a simple one. To relieve some stress. You know, I think everyone would probably kill for their loved one, right? I mean, if it came down to it, you were in front of your loved one being attacked, you would try and defend them if that meant killing the person attacking them. I'd kill for my loved ones. If it was someone I love, of course I'm willing to kill. They are in danger after all. Wow, I didn't think you had that aggression in you. Truth be told, I thought you wouldn't care. The reflection grinned maliciously to itself. What was it thinking? Was this some sort of test? Am I doing a morality test? I mean, that was a good morality, right? I mean, I think it depends on what scale of morality. On, like, overall global scale, that wasn't moral at all. But, like, on a personal level. See, a bit of distraction can help cool someone's nerves. Shut up! I'm going to study and ignore you. I dashed out of the bathroom and into my room. Luckily for me, I only owned the bathroom mirror, so I couldn't haunt me forever. Well, we also have computer screens and they can reflect. I'll be waiting. Or so I thought. I tried to focus on studying for my history classes, but it was impossible. The reflection wouldn't stay silent. If anything, it continued to make sounds and scratching noises that were gritting to the ears. It was hard to concentrate. Sometimes the lights would flicker too, so that it didn't make my life any easier. Come on, you can't stay in there forever. Eventually, you'll have to face your reality. I stayed silent, not wanting to give him a response. Just so you know, I don't bite or stab or shoot. It's safe to come talk to me again. What's the matter? Afraid of the big scary man in the mirror? Or are you scared of yourself? Perhaps you are avoiding me because you don't want to face yourself. Why don't you stay out of my life? Oh, a response. Looks like that hit a nerve too. You're just annoying. I sprung out of my chair, upset. Ignoring my reflection just made the problem grow. I decided it was time for lunch and went to see what was left that I could cook. If you're going to make food, why not make some for me too? As if! I bet I could make better food than you, if you let me out. When he said those words, I could feel the malice oozing from them. I had goosebumps all over my body from the mere mention of it. Before I could reply, my phone suddenly sprung to life and started ringing. I took it from my pocket to see who was calling. It was Maria. I just stared at the screen as the phone lightly buzzed in my hand. Are you going to answer that? Who's Maria? Yes, you know, it could be important. Someone could be dying. I pressed the answer button and put the phone up to my ear. I just had a realization. Do you think anyone else is going to be able to hear our friend in the mirror? It had been so long since I heard Maria's voice. It made me wonder why I'd cut off contact since starting college. I should have stayed in contact with her. It was the least I could do for someone that cared for me as long as she did. Even more surprising, the reflection stayed quiet throughout the whole conversation. I still have to make lunch. I think I have leftovers from a couple of days ago. That chicken should still be good. I heated up some of the leftover chicken parmesan and ate it without any issues. I also had some lemonade, so I drank that with my meal. Well, I should probably get back to my studies. Do you enjoy your life? Excuse me? I looked towards the bathroom as he suddenly piped up, taking a glance at the mirror's reflection, staring back at me with devilish intent. You heard me. Do you enjoy your life? There was a deafening silence. What can I even say to a question like that? You don't go out. You have no friends, no ambitions. You study constantly and work part-time in a nearby convenience store. You stay awake at night, thinking about everything in the day. You are miserable as you come back to an empty thing that you insist on calling a home. He wasn't wrong. Anyway, you look at it. This is an awful way to live. You don't even look happy. You probably can't recall the last time you smiled. I closed my fists in frustration. I wanted to punch the mirror, but that probably wouldn't solve anything. Imagine if that actually released him. That would be unfortunate. Plus, it was expensive to replace. So, I'll repeat myself again. Do you enjoy your life? You know, considering everything we've said so far, we clearly are not enjoying our life right now. It's hard living in these times. Kind of sucks, honestly. I slumped my shoulders and looked to the side, defeated, my fist grip loosening. We're definitely going to swap places with the guy in the mirror, right? It's not exactly my fault, you know. Life is hard, and the cost of things is high. I have to focus on studying, and I just have no time. It sucks, honestly. I'm pretty miserable nowadays, like you said. I know it. Shifting the blame towards the world instead of taking responsibility. Even I could do better than you. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. Nothing you need to worry about. Are you ready to come out? Anyways, I have to get back to my studies. Going back to study so you can avoid your problems. Great idea, other me. I ignored him and decided to go study for another hour. Once I finished making my history study guide, I decided to clean the dorm. While attempting to do so, the electricity would cut out at will, and the appliances would sometimes go haywire. It was hard to do anything, especially with his cackling in the background. He must have been messing with me. I continued to clean until I felt satisfied, only to hear, "You better not be making a mess!" It was the sound of plastic bottles and containers falling coming from the bathroom. I went to look and found the place a mess. You bugger! I just cleaned this apartment! You finally came to visit again! I didn't come to visit! You made a mess! I picked everything up and went to put it where it belongs. Since you're already here, maybe we can have a conversation. I don't want to talk to you though. You know, there is a way to stop all this. Yeah? Is to let me out. The chill down my spine was even stronger that time. Again with that. I already said I wouldn't do it. Well, it was worth a shot. I wonder if he's basically like a mirror vampire, right? So he's not allowed to leave the mirror until we invite him in. You have no idea what it's like being trapped on the other side. What it feels like to be unable to do the things that you see someone else do on the daily. You get to live a life out there and get the chance to make something great of yourself. The lights then began to flicker as his fist tightened. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here. He slammed his fist on the mirror, shaking the whole thing and making the bottles fall from the shelf again. It's not fair! I have just as much right to live out there as you. You are an insignificant speck. I could do so much better. live a better life. I could be happy. I was stunned and couldn't even open my mouth. He looked like a vicious beast trying to escape its cage. Tell me, do you see yourself as a good person? His question caught me off guard, but I think deep down, I knew the right answer. I'm not sure. To be honest, it's hard to say. I don't think anyone is fully good or bad, myself included. That's an interesting response. I thought for sure you were going to say yes. How boring. No, I do get that philosophy though. I mean, I don't think anyone is inherently good or bad. It's whatever our actions are at the time. His response was rather calm. It was unnerving compared to his earlier outburst. Why are you staring at me so intently? Hi. Why don't you stop asking me so many weird questions? Didn't think 3 were that many. All of today has been odd. You, the lights, the call from Maria, and all the other strange noises. What even are you? It's not what I am, it's who I am. Have you not realized? I am you, and you are me. I am a reflection of you, of your repressed desires. I am the better you. Nonsense. I'm fine, right? I looked at my own hands as his sinisterly taunting words echoed in my ear. But how? Doesn't matter how, only that I'm here. And I'm tired of being trapped by you. By me? That's right. All you do is hold me back. You've kept me from the life I deserve. You are the only thing keeping me from true freedom. But I just wanted. You wanted to live a good life. But instead, you have gotten yourself into a cycle that has sucked the life out of us. However, there's still some time to change that. I looked up at Karun, and before I could say anything... Do you reckon that's Maria? There was someone knocking incredibly hard on my door. Wait, it could be Claire, right? Even though it might be disturbing that she knows where I live. It was so hard that I thought they would break it down. You should probably answer that. Right. I shook my head and slapped my cheeks, snapping myself back into reality from the days I was in. I approached the door and spoke as loudly as I could. Who is it? Then a familiar voice spoke back to me. Oh, it is Claire. Oh, this is your door. That's good. It's me, Claire. You know the one. Claire? I was surprised she was even here. There wasn't really a reason for her to be. What? Did you forget who I am already? No, it's not that. I'm just tired. It's not that late. It's just 8 p.m, so nightfall just started a bit ago. Right. So what are you doing here? There's only one reason I'm here. You still owe me an apology. Seriously? You tracked me down for an apology? Yeah, that's the reason why. I believe I more than deserve one by now. I feel like you're a little bit obsessed with the apology. You know what? I'm not going to apologize just because you're being a bit of a creeper. I still don't see why I have to apologize. There were plenty of people there that could have helped you, and I was in a hurry to get to class. Fine. Clearly I was wrong about you anyway. I'm getting out of here. She sounded upset, but it also felt like she was holding back tears. What an odd reaction. I could hear Claire walking away. I guess she forgot what she came here for. Not like I could tell her about my situation. This is for the best. Is it now? I walked towards the bathroom to see my reflection with a mischievous smile. What do you mean? You don't know a good opportunity when you see it, but that's fine. You haven't changed that much after all. I decided to ignore the stupid mirror. There wasn't any point in arguing with it. Plus, it was pretty late. Whatever. This is all just a stupid dream anyway. If that's what you think, be my guest. I'm just going to sleep. I'm tired anyway. I went to bed and slept awful. While that wasn't unusual for me, it was worse than before. Noises coming from the bathroom and an unidentifiable screech tormented me all night long. When I woke up the next morning, the bags under my eyes felt bigger than before. There was silence though. I walked to the bathroom to wash my face, but when I got there, I saw it. Morning, sunshine. What are you still doing here? Aw, poor short stuff. I wasn't a figment of your imagination or some vivid dream. I'm real, and I'm staying until you let me out. Impossible. I looked at him in terror as he stared at me with the menacing grin of his. I couldn't let him out. I didn't want to be stuck in a mirror after all. But there's also nothing I could do. Right, nothing I could do. I slumped my shoulder defeated. I had nobody that I could ask for help, nor did I have the energy to deal with it. So in the end, I'll just do what I always do. I decided to simply ignore him. This was my life now. I had to live with that thing. Let's just get through the day. I went ahead and went about my day, making breakfast and whatnot. Then I went out for groceries, thinking that I would be safe, however foolish I was. There he was. Everywhere I went, if there was a reflection, he was there, taunting me, tormenting me, smiling and laughing at how pathetic I was. He would throw insults and move the reflective surface to scare me. Nobody could see him. Nobody reacted to his antics. Nobody could help me. It was just him and I, forever. Is that really the neutral end? I suppose we technically did get trapped in the mirror, so... I like to think that eventually we just grew to like each other. We at least coexist. Okay, so what was we go for? What would be the whole moral good answers, right? So I would save them. I would focus on saving them, of course. Nothing good comes from killing anyway. You're no fun. But I didn't take you for the hero type either, so I suppose it's impressive. What the hell is with this thing? Is it seriously testing me all of a sudden? Okay, we're gonna be optimistic this time. Life, it has struggles, but it's not so bad. I relaxed my fists and took a deep breath. You're right with what you said. My life isn't the best, and I've definitely made some poor choices. But it's not so bad. I'm sure things will look up soon. So positive all of a sudden. I guess I misjudged you, short stuff. You know, you do realize you're my identical reflection, right? So if you want to make fun of me being short, you're just identifying the fact that you're short as well, buddy. You know what? I do believe I'm a good person. I picked all the good answers. I think I am, yeah. Really now? Wow. Actions always speak louder than words. Isn't that right? I guess so. Was he testing me? It's possible, but there was no way for me to know. Okay then, Claire. I'll give you your apology. You are right, Claire. I should have helped you when you fell, even if nobody else did. I'm really sorry about that. Oh, well, apology accepted, Ocarine. We are good now. I got what I wanted. She sounded happy from the other side of the door, even if her voice sounded slightly dead. By the way, If you need anything, you can let me know. I wondered about that for a moment, taking a glance back to the bathroom, then back to the door. She would be the ideal one to help us, right? I mean, I still maintain she is the reflection. Actually, I do need your help with a little something. However, you may not believe me if I tell you about it. That's up for me to decide, don't you think? What is it? I finally opened the door, seeing a small, polite smile in Claire's face. I'm being haunted by my own reflection. I see. Then I'll help you. May I come in? Yeah, of course. I stepped aside, and she came in, carefully studying the door. She then looked to the mirror with a suspicious stare. Doesn't look too bad at first sight. We may still have time. What do you mean? You've been cursed. I read about this once. Wait, like really cursed? That's right. Not sure why or how, but it looks like you were. A book I read called The Shadow Mirror Curse explained something like what you mentioned. What it does is project all your repressed emotions into a reflection of yourself, bringing it to life, and it would eventually replace you. That's when I remembered how desperate what thing was to leave. He had also mentioned being trapped within the mirror, and he was dead set on leaving, one way or another. If this had continued, would I have been in his situation before long? What can we do? Luckily for you, I can dispel the curse. Well, that's probably because I still believe you're the one that set the curse. I'm pretty sure I can. You don't sound so confident, but I don't have many options, so I guess I'll take my chances. I'll trust you. Well, good. Let's end this. The two of us walked to the bathroom and saw him standing there with his sinister grin. Ah, you brought back up, and here I thought you had no friends. I didn't. I think that's enough out of you, thing. You think you can stop me? It's him you should stop. He did this to himself. I tightened my hand angrily and reflected on my actions up till now. You're right. I ended up like this because of the decisions I've taken. But people can change, and I will change. For me. That right? The reflection seemed to have been caught off guard, for the first time, taking a step back and looking nervous as he muttered out his response. You heard him. Now it's time for you to disappear. She reached into her purse and stuck a strip of paper with weird markings on the mirror before taking out silver star pendant that she aimed at the mirror. Shadow in the mirror, let thy essence be expelled. Let thy existence return to nothing, for you do not belong in this world. Stop it! The lights flickered wildly as the mirror began to shake and the entity attempted to attack Claire. Shadow in the mirror, return to the abyss. Become nothingness as you once were. Let your existence disappear into the darkness. I won't disappear again! Everything began to shake around us, and the entity looked to be in pain on the other side. Speculum mirum impavit, deseid ab hoc mundo. No! Oh man, I'm gonna have to replace that, aren't I? With a final yell and a bright flash, the mirror cracked with some pieces breaking off. But it was over. The nightmare that tormented me all day had finally ended. Claire was panting heavily, so I put my hand on her shoulder. Are you okay? Yeah. That was my first time, so I didn't think it would be so intense. She looked at me with her blood-red eye and smiled faintly. Thank you, Claire. You really saved me. No problem. She seemed a bit flustered, but she smiled slightly. Guess I need to buy a new mirror. Making that half-hearted joke, I looked at the broken mirror. I was just making sure that the reflection was indeed my own this time. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't think that would happen.
That's alright. Better that than us getting hurt. What matters is that we are safe. Mirrors can be replaced. Want to come shopping with me to get a new one? Although I guess now most places are closed.
I know a place that's open. I hang out there a lot at night.
That would be perfect.
The two of us walked out the dorm together, looking exhausted. As we arrived outside, I looked at Claire as she looked ahead.
Say, Claire, sorry about everything. For not helping you and dragging you into my mess.
You already apologized, so no need to do it again. We are fine.
Right. Claire,
Yes?
would you like to be friends? I don't really have any right now.
I don't have any either, so I would like that.
The two of us smiled and looked ahead.
I noticed that little Jester keychain plush on her purse, looking in my direction. It was a bit creepy, but cute. I think I made the right call. I can start my life now and have a better future. Yeah, I made the right decisions. I can move on with my life and face my problems.
Ah, we got the good end.
Friendship. I still maintain, though, you're the one that cursed me.
Okay, let's go for all our negative answers then. Let's reject the call. I decided to ignore her call, just like I had done before. I don't think I can bring myself to talk to her. Not right now, anyway.
You may not get another chance to talk to her, you know.
The reflection just taunted me, but I was already too tired to argue with him. I put my phone back in my pocket and let it ring until it died out. I didn't have the energy for anything. I wonder then if saying no we're not a moral person, if that would be the worst answer. No, not really.
He didn't respond to my answer. Instead, he just stood there with a malicious smile on his face. It creeped me out.
Oh, I clearly made the right choice.
Oh, is this new? I don't think I remember this in the first one. Part of me felt like I made a terrible decision, but there was nothing I could do to change things now. I only chose not to apologize.
This is probably just the way things were supposed to be.
You sure about that? I dragged my feet as I made my way towards the bathroom to see my reflection with a mischievous smile. I didn't have the energy for him, not fully.
What are you talking about?
You don't know a perfect opportunity, even when it's right in front of you. But that's fine. You haven't changed one bit. I tightened my fist and punched the mirror hard enough to leave a crack in it.
Shut up! I've had enough of you! Questioning my life choices and constantly getting on my nerves! Like you have any right!
I vented my anger as I shouted at the mirror, but all I got in return as I put my bloodied hand down was a sinister smile and a deafening silence. He didn't speak anymore.
I'm off to bed!
I simply rinsed off my hand and went to bed, wanting this horrible nightmare to be over. I wanted to return to the mundane peace I once had. That night was oddly silent. Let me guess. I released him. I woke up from my small amount of sleep and turned over to reach.
We're in the mirror. Everything is reflected.
However, when I reached the left, my hand ended up touching the wall instead.
That's odd.
I shook my head. It was possible I was just still half asleep, so I leaned to the right and grabbed my phone off the side, pressing the snooze. After I changed into my usual jacket and hesitantly entered the bathroom, I would have to face him again. However, it was strangely silent. I didn't hear his voice mocking me, so I went up to the mirror and peered at it. No one was there, not even my regular reflection.
Is he gone for good?
You wish that was true, don't you? Just as I thought it was over, there he was. He entered through the door reflected in the mirror, then grinned at me. You know, I should thank you, short stuff.
without your insistent need to delude yourself and blame everything around you, I would have never gotten what I wanted. What are you talking about? Ah, I can see by the look on your face that you haven't noticed yet, but allow me to enlighten you. Our little arrangement has, well, let's just say, reversed. Take a look around. Don't you notice anything odd? I looked to both sides of me, and everything seemed to be in the wrong place. Not just items, but the furniture was wrong too. It's all flipped. Panic started to set in as I turned back to look at Karun, that sinister expression on his face. I pressed my hands against the mirror, and I finally realized what he meant. Well, it's been nice, but I should be getting on now. There's lots to do and plenty to see now that I'm free. I'll make sure to fulfill these repressed desires of yours, too, as a bonus. Wait, let me back out! No can do. Enjoy your stay. As he turned to leave, I banged relentlessly against the mirror until my hands grew sore. But there was nothing I could do. The thing left and took my life with him. Bad end. We've been replaced. But good news is, we at least get to sleep now. I knew cracking the mirror was going to be what's going to release him. No wonder he was trying to be so aggravating. If you enjoyed that playthrough, I'd really appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. But other than that, have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.